Hello, this is Acidic Dram. Today is August 5th in the year 2022. I haven't been uploading as frequently as I want to. Last couple days I have been not feeling too well, so I've been fairly limited. Today is where I actually feel, pretty much there, about 98% of the way. So, alright, so today was completion of day number 5 of week number 3 of intermediate fasting. Today was a 18-6 fast. I broke my fast today at 3 p.m. and I had, actually at 2:50 p.m., so it wasn't quite the 18 hours, so I failed. But not really, because I stopped eating at about 8:45, so yeah, give or take a few minutes, it doesn't matter. But anyway, so I broke that with my keto chow shake. Then I left work around 6:30. I went in earlier today because I had yesterday off and did quite a bit of work today, so I left a little bit earlier than I normally would. But I did stay until after 6. Yeah, it's about 6:30. So at 6:30 I went to get a salad for Amy from Chick-fil-A, and I got a couple chicken patties. But I was pretty hungry, so I stopped off and got a couple burger patties with just the cheese, onion, and pickles, and a soda. I had that on the way home. And then when I got home, I just had the 2 chicken patties. I need to start working some greens into my diet, which I will talk about in a second when I'm going to start tomorrow. But anyway, then after that, I had about a half a cup of whipped cream. I'm looking for water, but I don't have any here. It's a shame that there's not a 5-gallon bucket there, nor these big liters of water. It's a shame that I don't have access to it right now. But anyway, so today I did not do elliptical accountability. I still have what's kind of weird is I don't really want to get into it right now, but when it gets hot out and it gets very humid, I get some swelling in a sore area, in a tender area, and it's hard for me to actually do prolonged walking and stuff because of the inflammation on the inside of my thigh, and it just hurts. I mean, what's good about it is that it's actually doesn't hurt as much as it did in the past, because I have been losing weight around my thighs, which is cool. I'd like to see it here, but you lose weight in odd places. So I look forward to actually start hitting the elliptical a little bit more in a few days. And I got some inspiration from a podcast I saw last night, and I'm going to use some of the tactics that he used. The guy's name's David Goggins. I'll never be able to be a marathon runner like him, but the tactics he used to turn around his negative, the bad in his life. He used to beat himself up pretty bad because he had a pretty bad childhood growing up, but he's definitely worthwhile looking into. I'm going to be picking up his book as well. He just seems he talks about building a callus over excuses, and so but anyway, I won't talk too much about him because I know very little about him. I just know that he's very inspirational, and I think that I'm going to read his books and maybe adapt some of his mentality for my mentality. I felt good about that. So anyway, let's talk about some positives today. So today I had to go into work today because my password for my LAN, or when you sign into my laptop, you have to get past a security screen. Evidently, I brain farted and used too many attempts to get in there, so I locked myself out. And the only way to get it unlocked is for hooking up to the LAN at work and having IT change your password. So I was gonna work home for Monday, but I just, like an idiot, I didn't write down my new password, and I just fucked up my password again. So I got to go on to Monday and call IT and say, I'm the idiot who had my password changed 3 times on Friday, and I'm gonna have to have it changed again today. But anyway, so on my way in, I was wearing these jeans that I bought a few good years ago. They're pretty forgiving. They get stretched out, and they fit pretty good now. So, but jeans, they stretch out. Anyway, I had a pair, but about 3-4 months ago, I bought 6 pairs of these slacks, and I was waiting because I was trying to change my appearance, or change how I appear at work. Actually wearing nicer shirts, nicer pants. Dressing more appropriately for work. Not that I was dressing inappropriately at work. We do have we are allowed to wear blue jeans just as long as they're not stained or ripped or like acid washed or anything like that. So if they're in good condition, you can wear those, and you can also wear tops like this, polo shirts or whatever. So but anyway, so I was going to change it up and wear kind of like doctors kind of pants. So I got like 6 pairs, and the day I got them, I was kind of like, when I bought them, I kind of figured that I wasn't going to fit into them because the size that I am, it's I don't know what size I am, and I don't measure myself or anything, so I'll pick a size thing. Hey, yeah, that should fit. But anyway, so I bought it, and that size did not fit. And I laid down on the bed, sucked it in, and I was literally I'm surprised the button didn't fly off. So we returned all but 1 pair of the pants back to casual mail, and so I kept the one, and I said I put it in my closet on a shelf, and I must have hit it pretty good because I've been trying to find it for the last few weeks, trying to see how this keto and how this IF has been working, and I couldn't find it. So today I saw the pair of jeans, and I saw those pants that I got. They were on a rack, which it's funny, as I checked it a million times. I keep my scally caps near it, so I must have thought it was like a t-shirt or something or whatever that was the scally cap was on. But anyway, I found it, and so for the hell of it, I put it on. I put them on, and they weren't tight. I pulled them up. They were loose, and not like falling off loose, but they were loose enough. And then I did them up, and other than having the crotch a little, the crotch, the inseam crotch area is a little short. I could use it, be a little bit more long waisted on it, because when you pull it up, sometimes it's really uncomfortable. But anyway, it fit. I put it on, and it fit. So I was jazzed about that today. It felt so good to know that a few months ago when I bought these pants, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna fit in these, no problem. Then I'd get in, I can't fit into them. And then now, all of a sudden, after a few weeks of eating, following the keto and following the IF, I lost enough weight to, get into them. So it's awesome. Very proud of myself. Very happy about that. Also, today my scale came. The one that I purchased the other day, it came. So I was excited to weigh myself. So I mean, typically, any time in the day, you can gain and lose weight during the day. So I popped on the scale, and I was expecting like this. I was expecting about a 30-pound weight loss. It turned out to only be 20. Again, to be honest with you, when I looked at the scale when I was at the doctor, I did not see it. The number in my head was 547. It could have been higher. I don't know. But I know that number was higher because I started keto about a month before then. and I know I lost weight between that and there, so I don't know what my starting weight was. So I'm going to consider when I weigh in tomorrow morning. When I wake up, I'm going to weigh in, and that's going to be my starting weight from now on the scale. And then that's my starting weight. Then my weigh-in days were going to be Monday morning, because that's my first day of intermittent fasting. My intermittent fasting always resets at 9 o'clock on Sundays. That's the beginning of my week. So I'm going to weigh in on the first day of the week, and that's going to be my report card, my keto and IF report card, and eventually my elliptical accountability. That will be my report card on Mondays. So anyway, I weighed in today at 527, which is 20-pound loss. I'm ecstatic about it, but I swear I lost more weight than that. I swear I did. Sorry, I gotta bust open this ridiculously 1 quart 58.7 fluid ounce bottle of Poland Springs. That's ridiculous. So I gotta wet the beak. So anyway, cause Amy looked at me and says, "Oh, you look disappointed." And I was expecting to be in the 400s. I was expecting to be 470, to be honest with you. That's highly unrealistic. That would be 80 pound weight loss in a month and a half. But 20 pounds, I'll take it. It's great. And what means more than that, seeing that number less on the scale, is actually the real world results of having my pants. The pants I couldn't fit in 3-4 months ago, I could fit in them no problem now. And I wore them all day. They weren't tight at all. Well, they ended up being a little bit tight because the way I was sitting at work, I lean back like this at work with my chair all the way back, and it was a little bit tight, just by leaning back and pressing out my belly and stuff. But other than that, it was perfect. So that means a lot more than the number on the scale, and it just makes me more motivated now to see a direct result in the flesh. You know what I mean? I am very happy about that. So tomorrow, I'm going to tomorrow morning I'm going to get my starting number. That's going to be day one for me. Tomorrow is day one, and not really day one. Well, yeah, it will be day one. It'll be day one for me, but my weigh-in days will be on Mondays. So I'm going to see how this IF works and see how this keto works. I'm going to become a little bit more disciplined with the intermittent fasting. Instead of just flying by the seat of my pants and not planning anything out, I'm going to start planning it. It shouldn't be that hard to do. I haven't been eating that much lately because I'm not hungry. So I need to come up with a tactic to where I'm eating more of a balanced meal. I really don't think these keto chow shakes are going to be a long-term result. Those are a long-term solution, obviously. These are just... this is a run-up. I was using these to do a run-up to the surgery. So it's going to be part of my strategy. But the thing that I want to talk about is starting tomorrow, I'm going to start breaking my 18-hour fast with 3 stalks of celery. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up 3 or 4 stalks of celery, put that in my Vitamix, and put maybe a quart of water in there and just blast that shit. Just chop it up into smithereens. And at 3 p.m. every day, that's how I'm going to break my fast. I'm going to break it and drink that from I'm going to take my time with it. I'm going to drink it slowly. Or I don't want to take a shot of it because, I don't want to hurt my stomach, because if I drink it too fast. But that's how I'm going to break my fast. I'm going to go into it. And celery juice is fantastic. I spent, about 10 years ago, I spent a 3 months drinking just celery juice and kale juice. That's not all I was drinking, but I was doing a juicing diet. And my skin was radiant. And I felt so good because it equaled out the celery. The elements in the celery just like balanced everything out in my body. I felt great, I felt so good, with that celery juice. So I look forward to, instead of just drinking the juice, I'll actually be drinking the fiber along with it as well. So so we'll see how that works. I'm going to start putting that in my routine starting tomorrow. And then my routine will be, my 3 o'clock meal will be breaking it with the celery, the chunky celery juice, or we'll just say celery juice we'll call it CJ with pulp, and then the keto chow shake. So that's going to cover the bases of a green and the proteins and the supplements and whatnot in the keto chow. Then I have to plan on probably fitting in a meal before I leave work, and then my dinner at home. And then I'm going to start eliminating. I think I'm going to start eliminating like the dessert item, the snack item. I don't know if I'll eliminate it. I have been making like keto brownies and keto cupcakes for Amy, and I have them occasionally. I love them, but I really don't get too much out of it. I mean, I don't see the benefit of it for myself. I don't see the benefit of it. I'd rather have like a handful of pepperoni and like a couple ounces of cheddar cheese. That's a little bit more satisfying to me. I just love the fact of not being hungry. I won't lie to you. Today though, I had a kind of a stressful day at work, so it was just wicked busy and just beyond busy. But I have some positivity about that too. I won't talk about that now. It's already 18 minutes and I've been droning on like an idiot. So anyway, so I was really hungry. So I was like at 3 o'clock. It was like at 2:50. I totally my brain was just on cloud. It was out. I was flying somewhere. But at 2:50, I started taking my shake. And what I did actually, I have these blender bottles that are aluminum and they're insulated. So before I left, I put like 6 ice cubes in there, and that goddamn drink was so cold. It was awesome. And I drank that, and I drank it for like over a period of 20 minutes, and I got done drinking it. I looked at the clock. It was like 3:10. This is how out of it I was. I looked at it, I said, how in the hell did I drink all that in 10 minutes? And I just had to remind myself, I started drinking that at 2:50. So I can tell you that I was pretty hungry because I was actually losing focus. But as soon as I drank that, I tell you what, at about 3:30, 4 o'clock, or about 3:30, 3:45, focus again. And I was as productive as hell. Very, very productive. Just to give you an idea, I talk about work, but I don't talk about what I do. I'm a spare parts coordinator for the company I work for. We manufacture and sell and service printers, copiers, all the way from mom and pop shops all the way up to industrial print. And we have a direct business. We also have dealer business. Companies that sell our machines and service our machines for us. So anyway, we've been getting hammered with the COVID and the shipping slowdowns from China, and who knows what Pelosi has wrought upon us with her visit to Taiwan. So I'm sure that slowdown will continue even more now. But anyway, so the dealer side of the corporation hasn't really been leaning upon us. We're like their last resort. They're literally, our department's called SOS. So, save our souls. So we're SOS parts. So, save our souls parts. And, it's actually called Spares Order Support. That's the actual name of the department. But we call it SOS. Anyway, if they can't get their parts, they come to us as the last resort. So, the dealer team has been leaning heavily on us the last couple weeks, and I mean, we're typically seeing about 2 or 3 requests a day from them, but we've been hitting about 20 to 30 requests a day from them, and that's on top of the 600 to 700 requests we get every day from the field that we have. It's not every day we get those requests, it's running total. So we have anywhere from if it's just the direct side, we have anywhere from 600 to 700 parts that we're trying to escalate, and we have a team of 3.5. I will say 3.5 because we have a new hire who's been here for a couple months now, but since nobody has been in the office, no one's really given him the shakedown, and I'm gonna start tackling that on Tuesday. I don't know if I have it in me to do this, but I'm gonna start shooting videos on how I do my job so I can present it to him, and download them. I'll upload them to YouTube in a private video so he can watch them, and hopefully that will be a good training element for another person we have on our team that's not quite up to stuff. But anyway, so they've been leaning heavily. So I came in today, and since I didn't have access to my computer yesterday, I came in with 148 emails unreplied to yesterday. And so after I got through all those 148 emails, I pull up the request, and you can get through 148, and that sounds like a lot of emails, and you had to reply to each of them. And it seems like that's a lot, but I can process those pretty good. It took me about 2 hours to get my inbox clear. And then I started formulating my report, gathering the resources for my reports. And when I ran my report, I had 74 dealer requests on our back order report from them, and I pulled up the back order report and it said 28 more. I said, holy shit. So it puts it over 100. We haven't had ever had over 100 requests for dealer escalations. Never seen that before. So anyway, I went through all the work, did my due diligence, got everything done, and did all the follow-ups for the other, and I sent out requests for the new 28. And I don't know how many I got quite a bit, because I remember when I was through the day, I was coordinating all the procurements from the field technicians. My UPS ledger was around 52 today, so I processed around 52 UPS labels, and that was also initiating a new procedure that I had to create on the fly as well to help put another control point in the dealer escalation custody. This stuff's boring as hell, but I record these for myself and for anybody else who wants to listen. So I had a gaping problem. There was no accountability in one step of my process. So I created a new step in my procedure to create ironclad accountability for to make sure that the items I'm asking for are being shipped, and that we're billing our customers, our dealers, properly, and they will get the part actually the accountability I put in is I made sure that the UPS part has been scanned into the UPS system and it shows it's on its way, and then we do this thing called post goods issuing, which is actually billing, which is processing it through the warehouse so it can create an invoice. So I put that stopgap in there today just to make sure shit runs smoothly. The dealer team was really happy with that control point, and I'll live with it, and so will my other team member. They'll live with it because they will now do less reversals than they have been doing the last couple of weeks, and there's been 3 or 4 reversals, and these credit and rebills are a pain in the neck. So once you put that stopgap in there, that will put that little choke point there, that will make everyone's job a little bit easier. It's going to slow down the process, but it's going to make it more accurate, and it's going to hold people accountable. Not only my team, the dealer team, it will also hold accountable the person who agreed to release the part. So it's going to hold everyone accountable for it, and that way we should have a win. Okay, I'm done. That's all I'm talking about. That's all I'm doing. Looking forward tomorrow. Tomorrow, I look forward to weighing in to see where I'm at. I look forward to starting the celery, breaking my fast with celery. CJ with pulp, celery juice with pulp. That's making me laugh. Also, I'm gonna fly my drone tomorrow. I've decided if the weather's nice. I live near a reservoir, and the reservoir is actually the level of is dropping. So I want to get some good views of the land where the water is draining, where the water is drained from. It's actually pretty interesting. You could actually see where the old creeks were that used to go down the hillsides, and you can actually see the plains where there were plains. And actually, a little bit further up the road, there was actually a town, I believe it was called Midvale, that when they built the reservoir around here, when they built the dam, they actually dammed it, and the reservoir actually covered the town. So I'm going to try to fly. I'm going to try to get my drone over there. There's not very many friendly places I can go, and I don't know. I don't know if I trust my drone to fly blind all the way there, but I'll do my best to get some good shots. Anyway, that's it. I'll check in tomorrow, and I will publish my starting weight and how it goes with the celery. All right, have a good night, all, and we'll chat with you later. All right, bye. Oh, I'm too excited, so I forgot to do my old dramatic exchange. Peace out.